Okay, hello and welcome to D Vlog. And today I am speaking to Midnight Moses or Doug from Plaque Marks. And Plaque Marks are back with Upside Your Head, an EP out on the legendary Reptilian Records. And it's out on February the 16th. Midnight Moses, uh, pleased to meet you today.
Nice to catch up with you again.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I've listened to the album. It's an absolute trip. It sounds like the soundtrack to a lost weekend in a very dangerous place. And that is amazing for me. Now I want to dig in to a bit of the history. So your current band lineup includes former members and current members of Swans, Unsane, and Author in Punisher and Ecstatic Vision, yourself. Operating under pseudonyms. How did this project come about back in 2017?
Well, that was the original Plaque Marks lineup. And it was basically we all worked together at a bar and we just wanted to kind of like have a band together for good times. So we kind of like got started like that. And we did a tour. We supported Unsane on a tour. We did some shows supporting Jesus Lizard, and we did just some pretty rad stuff in a short amount of time off a short record. Um, Basically, we were talking about where we wanted to take the band from there, to get away from kind of where we started to bring it to more of like a Butthole Surfers, Flipper, Funkadelic kind of vibe, and also
Mm.
do stuff where we could basically not be pigeonholed and put out different kinds of records whenever we feel like it. Basically, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but
not as much pressure as like a normal like commercial commercialized project where you're looking to make a living out of it, or even you know create a brand. Our brand is chaos.
that is an amazing brand to have. It's an amazing brand to have. Yeah, like I say, it's an incredible record, and it touches on like noise rock. There's a bit of sludge in there. There's some hardcore punk in there, both in the same track.
Yep.
There's definitely a heavy dose of funk in there, and man, it's so great to hear you letting your freak flag fly. They're definitely channeling your Hendrix on this.
Thank you.
So what's the songwriting process like for you guys?
Well, in this current the PLQ MRX lineup, usually it'll be like the records were kind of made originally with like Cletus, the front man. He usually is kind of like coming up with some ideas. It's his first band he was ever in, so he
Nice.
has a lot. And also, he's not a young buck, so he's been around for quite a while. So he had a lot of ideas he wanted to get out. And since I've been doing bands for like the past 25 or 30 years, pretty regularly, I've kind of know what my thing is. So it's kind of nice to have someone else involved with a definite idea that they want to achieve. So it's kind of like some of his ideas through me laying it down, and then we brought in Vinny, and now we brought in some other guys that are killing it live. It's actually I wish we could have just do a live record at this moment, but maybe that's something we'll focus on later.
Yeah, man. I mean, it comes in under a year since "Come Get Some," was your last EP.
Right.
Are you experiencing a bit of a green spell inspirationally?
Yeah, actually, it's been nice to do it like this. Like Ecstatic Vision, I'm really stuck in like somewhat of a maybe it's a self-imposed box of whatever, we basically create, 70s inspired party music, which is kind of where my heart lies. But it's been really nice to let loose and do some more noise oriented stuff, and really not really care as much as long as the final product is pleasing to the band members. So it's been really, yeah, it's like another life kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's definitely different from what you've been doing with Author and Punisher.
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, which is just heavy. I mean, that last record was great, but we're not here to talk about Author and Punisher.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm always willing to talk. I mean, I'm pleased to even be in a band with Tristan, so it's awesome.
Yeah. I caught your set at Damnation this year, and my God, I had to check around me. The walls weren't crumbling. It was definitely amazing. Hitting an all-time high on that score.
I
S-
agree.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, this EP, I mean, it's the most startling track here. I touched on it earlier. Was "Drenchify My Soul," which is 8 minutes plus, and a lot of it's this like heavy sludge riff. And then it has a bit of a break, and then goes full on hardcore punk for the last couple of minutes, which is brilliant. Um, I and I love the lyrics on it as well. You were saying about your front man, like how it's his first band, he's got a lot of stuff to say. He certainly does have a lot to say. Do you know what his lyrical through line was, or is it just boom, just everything?
You'd have to know the guy to understand where he comes from.
Right?
But yeah, honestly, with him, the lyrics come first, and then it's kind of like then we come afterwards with like songs we want to maybe rip off or things like that. It's a
Mm.
definite different way of going about it. In the past, I've always been like, oh, it's you got to look inside yourself to find out what you want to do. But this was like, here's the lyrics. Let's rip this off. Let's rip this off. Let's put it together, and it's voila. It's refreshing.
It certainly is, and I love I love the sleeve, the pimped out sleeve. I think that's fantastic. I was really impressed with that.
I'm glad
So
you like it.
yeah. So since the band came together in 2017, which is no, it's not a short period of time. So what's the evolution been like? Like, has it become like easier to write? Has it become like you know some definite like when you're playing guitar, you're like, ah yeah, that's a riff for Plaque Marks. Like,
Uh well, the band, yes, we were active in 2017, but then during the pandemic, there was a period of inactivity for
mm,
roughly like, I'd say about 3 years,
mm,
honestly. And then basically, when we put the band back together, it was, only two of us remaining. So
mm,
it was definite growing pains getting back into the mix, but it's been easy to kind of get the ball rolling quickly because um, we live near each other, and
mm,
also it's just we hang out a lot. So the
mm.
ideas and stuff were coming very quickly. I think we wrote basically "Come Get Some" and "Upside Your Head" roughly in about 6 weeks,
Right,
both
right.
records. Yeah, and then we were trying, since we were relaunching the band. We figured we'd do shorter records and then have a some time in between, and it's really paid off because on this record there's a lot more people interested than the last one. So
Mm.
it's a win.
Yeah, for real, for real. I mean, there was talk last year that you might be doing a full length, but is that just, are you just preferring the EP format now?
Well, we are working on a record right now. It's actually
Oh,
like an electro inspired record, early '80s
nice.
electro stuff. Yeah, so it's that's more like a Paul's Boutique kind of record where it's more sample based music even. So we're just straight taking what we like and put it down. And that's the idea, is just like
Mm.
do something that, don't be afraid of it, and just put it out there. And hey, man, if we get sued for something, it's only going to help us out because we really don't care anyway. You know what I
That,
mean?
you know what? That sounds like the most fun. And
Yeah.
I love it when bands do that. I was talking to Zoo the other day, Massimo from Zoo, and they put out records that just are totally different to the last record they put out, and they just do what they're feeling. And I think
Yeah.
there's a lot to be said for that.
Yes.
Also, it can't hurt being on Reptilian Records.
It's a legendary label. Um,
Legendary.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they've released albums by like Anton LaVey and right through to Buzzoven. If the kids out there don't know Buzzoven, go get to know. They were amazing.
Evil.
Um, so, do you think being on a label like Reptilian encourages you that, really all bets are off? We can do what we want.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's part of the reason we started working with Chris, because his longevity, and also he doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And we've known him for a while, and he was interested, especially when Vinny got involved. It was a little bit easier. It kind of made sense, you know. And honestly, working with Chris is pretty chill. So we're
Definitely.
not trying to prove anything, but it's also a good look for us to have a very respected label that's been around for so long. That's very honestly not putting out that much stuff at the moment. So the
Mm.
fact that he's paying attention to us is pretty cool.
Well, for someone like me who has always loved noise rock and all its variants, it's an amazing record label, and I'd encourage anybody watching just to do a deep dive on Reptilian Records. You'll find some absolute gems in
Some
there.
gems. Yep. Heroin
Absolutely,
Cheeks, all that stuff.
absolutely, absolutely. So, are there plans to take this EP on tour? Will it
Actually,
be?
yes. We're going out on a U.S. tour in September, supporting Dope Throne,
Hmm.
which we just
Oh,
confirmed.
wow.
So yeah, it's been nice to get some interest, and also um, some of our main bands aren't as active as we would like them to be. So it's nice to be like, if something comes through, you know, the pipeline, you'd be like, hey, maybe Ecstatic Vision can't do this whole tour, but maybe Plaque Marks. And then once people see what it's about, a lot of times it's no problem. You know,
Yeah, man. You could fit on any bill as well. I could see you with like a sludge band. I could see you with like even with a hip hop
anything.
band, anything. Like you could support a hip hop band. You could support a hardcore punk band. Just anything, anything. That's amazing. Like, so I'm hoping that touring brings you to the UK at some point because
Yeah, we
I
hope
need to
so.
see this. I need to
The
watch this.
the UK press scene and music scene is honestly just a bit more interesting, it seems, than America. So, you know, obviously it takes some scribble to get over there, but I see it happening. I see some interest happening. So,
Amazing, amazing. Well, obviously, we're at the beginning of a new year. This is when we get all retrospective. I should imagine there are many, many records that occupy your playlist these days. But when you think back to 2025, what do you think was your most listened to artist last year? I'm asking everyone this.
um, I have to check out my Spotify. Um, I, I really liked the new Brain Bombs album, Die.
Mm,
That was coming out of left field. I wasn't expecting a new record, so that was interesting and cool, you know.
yeah, cool,
Um,
man.
Habusha Buyer, another band I've been digging on, Japanese stuff.
Nice.
I've been
Yeah.
going back and checking out some High Rise, some more Japanese stuff, and other than that, it's a typical funk and good times music. You know, it's
Absolutely.
if there's something new and interesting, I'm definitely interested. But you know how it is. It's pretty hard to find some stuff right now that gets you going. Really, you know, it's very most stuff is really like in a box,
Mm,
unfortunately,
yeah,
or at least from what I see. I don't know. I'm not maybe as tied into. I'm always looking though.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this I cannot wait for everyone to hear this EP. It's absolutely extraordinary, and I can't wait to see you play live, man. So, thank you so much for joining me today, Doug.
It's great to see you again. I'm happy. Thanks for reaching out. I'm glad you are in on the vibe and stuff. There's going to be a lot more. So,
Amazing, amazing. All the power to you, man. I will speak to you soon.
yeah, maybe in the summertime, maybe I'll be around there.
Oh, I hope so.